Let's switch. Hopefully the stream is working fine. For some reason, I set that up to like, my stream was like set to like 60,000 for the bitrate. I was surprised it was set to like 60,000. Supposed to be 6,000. That's why my OBS was showing like the red warning thingy. So I guess let's start this game. Let me know if the volume is too loud or if my voice is too weak. Alright, so yeah, here's the game. Oh shit, did I move the... yeah, I moved the screen. Okay, so Kira Kira Stars, Idol Project Nagisa. So yeah, I'm not interested in the plot. Just kidding, of course I am. But we're doing this for the reading, the vocals. God damn, I hope it rains, so they won't hear me much. It's like 4 p.m. and of course people are still active here. Okay, let me know if the volume is good. There might be some noise, so I might have to like randomly mute at times. Just be careful not to like forget that I'm muted. Okay, let's start the game. Screw it, right? I only got 1 hour for this. The sound of the camera's shutter rings through the room. Great, just like that. Okay, I read too fast, okay. The photographer is taking shot after shot of the young woman's perfect form as she bathed in light. Next, would you mind smiling a little? Yes, perfect, keep that up. Following the photographer's instruction, the smile Yukishiro puts on was natural and dignified. She sure is. Wait, I think we're the Nobuyuki guy. Because there was no dub on that part. Good, good. It wasn't just me and I, but everyone in the room was captivated by her. Her mere presence naturally drew everyone's eyes to her. She has a special kind of charm about her. Calling it charisma would have been an understatement. Yeah, you got to be tired after so taking many shoots. Do you want to take a break soon? Every shot was on the mark, so of course there was no need for retakes. Each pose she took following the photographer's instructions were all perfect. So this is why they let us observe the shoot. Her ability to make it through such a huge number of photo shoots in a frightfully short time span was proof of her competence. Yet she never showed a shred of vanity. So that's Nagisa Yukishiro, a top idol. Oh, okay, here we go. Intro voice. Let's watch the intro. Unless we get bonked, this is gonna get muted on the post. There's no patch here. I hope they don't show the itchy, you know. Nice. Okay, that was good. Oh shit, I clicked out of the game. Bastard. Morning, Ai. You're awfully cheery today. Cherry. I almost read it as cherry. The girl came into the office first thing in the morning with a big smile, cheerfully greeting everyone was Aya Amane. Like Kanata, you know? She's Other Production's only idol and my friend that I have only recently seen again after some years. That's right. Today's photo shoot was not for some local publication but for a global magazine. Even if it's just one page, it'll be published in magazines throughout the country. No wonder she's more motivated than usual. I'm sure you'll do fine, but just in case, let's go over today's schedule one more time. In the morning, you've got to shoot for a magazine publication. It'll only be a few shots, but this time, they'll have higher standards than usual. You should probably go in expecting them to ask for a few retakes. Yeah, that's the spirit. After the shoot, you've got an interview, but it'll be your first time, won't it? Will you be okay? No use in overthinking it. Sounds like someone got bonked. You're already used to photo shoots, so it shouldn't be as nerve-wracking as a live performance, right? I think I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't really get it. You don't have to apologize. I gently pat her on the shoulder, trying to cheer her up with a I'm sorry, I don't know the word, smile on my face. Give him the pat. Anyways, when did I ever do that? I might have done that in the past, but I can't be that casual with you now. It would be quite a scandal if I acted over familiar with you when we're out. Right now, you're an idol, and I'm your manager. I and I probably got this close because until very recently we were living together. Yo, what? I finally managed to move out of your place. So now we need to think about keeping a professional distance with each other. She's still pretty much unknown, but if you wait until she becomes famous to change, you'll already be too late. I don't even want to think about I getting caught up in a scandal because of me. So from now on, you've got to be careful. I'll try to act normal when we're in the office together. It'd be impossible to try to change all of a sudden, so we might as well try to slowly get used to things. Alright, off to work then. I should have got a bottle of water. I'm gonna die here. It had been raining for days on end. Okay, I wasn't supposed to read that. I was analyzing the noise on the background, I'm sorry. As I look at Ai walking beside me, I became acutely aware of the flow of time, realizing it's already been half a year since we met again. Oda Productions was on the verge of being shut down, but for now, we seem to have escaped that fate. One of the main reasons for that is because we've managed to secure a business partnership with Uesugi Productions, another well-established agency. But had I never become an idol for us, that business partnership never would have happened. And the dogs are getting noisy, my boys. Reap. Ai's the savior of Oda Productions, though the fact that we're still just barely getting by hasn't changed. We just can't maintain the status quo. We need to try and get Ai out of there as much as possible. It's noisy as fuck. the secret weapon here, but it sucks. RTX voice sucks. So bear with me for a while. Whoa, what's wrong? Is that so? Sorry, I didn't notice. I was looking at me straight in the eye, making me jump a bit. Oh, I was just thinking about our plan from here on out. Looking at Ai as she worked herself up, I couldn't help but crack a smile. Of course, I'm counting on you, Ai. I hope you don't hear the dog. Pit bulls are loud as heck. I got to focus on the job at hand and not worry about the future. Oh, I can see it up ahead. Looks like it. Let's hurry up and get checked in. Man, this stupid ass dog. It's noisy. With that, we head to the reception desk, only to find... Huh? We're on the schedule for today? That can't be right. For some reason, today's shoot is scheduled for another idol. We'll be waiting there, so could you please contact the director? Yes, I understand. I'm sure it's just a mishap. Huh? Oh. I guess I was surprised as I turned to look at the person calling out to us. Are you Miss Yukishiro by any chance? I was filled with a sense of dread as we ran into someone I wasn't expecting to meet. Do you have business here today by any chance? I wanted to let out a sigh as I confirmed my bad hunch. We were supposed to have a photo shoot today. The woman standing behind Yukishiro inserted herself into the conversation. And you are? Thank you for your kind introduction. I'm Nobuyuki Kinoshita, and this is Ayamane, an idol with our agency. After bowing together, I bowed once again towards Yukishiro. Yukishiro glances at Ai for a fleeting moment but quickly averted her gaze. She is just as calm and stoic as when I first met her. It's easy to see why her fans call her Snowflower. Okay, looks like we have to voice the director as well. I'm so sorry. The receptionist guided us to the director as he bowed apologizing. Because of some scheduling mishap, it seems like the job was double booked. I'm very sorry for the mistake, but would you mind if we do Yukishiro's shoot first? She has another appointment after this, and if we pass up the shoot, there's no telling when we'll have another chance. Well, I definitely doesn't have as much work coming in as Yukishiro. It was only rational to prioritize a top idol over a new face. I tried giving a suggestion, thinking I would be a pitiful manager for Ai if I just let them walk all over us. If that's the case, would you mind if we watch Miss Yukishiro's shoot? Since I still new, we would appreciate the opportunity to watch Miss Yukishiro for future reference. There aren't many chances to watch a top idol like Nagisa Yukishiro at work. I asked, thinking we had nothing to lose, but I wonder if they'll agree to the proposition. I don't have a problem with it, but the director quickly glanced over at Nagajo and Yukishiro.
そうですね。渚、どうしますか？見学したいのなら好きにすればいい。そう。渚がそう言うのなら、私から止める必要はありません。
Thank you so
お
much.
礼は不要です。ただし、邪魔だけはしないでください。
Of course, we'll be sure not to be a nuisance. After giving myself a mental high five, we follow Yukishiro and her manager to the studio. Okay, looks like the noise stopped. Let's switch back. Switch. Switch to the old source. The shoot went going exceptionally smoothly as it looks like I's turn will begin earlier than expected. Huh? I feel like she looked at me just now. Oh my goodness, it's noisy as heck. Nothing, don't worry about it. You should be watching, learning and taking in what you can. Huh? I could feel someone looking at me again, so I rose my head. But this time it was Yukishiro who was focused on me. Handsome ass dude. Huh? Are they glaring at us? Nice, I was wrong. If you're tired, we can take a break. Okay, let's try for a softer pose. You look great with a stern look on your face, but it's not the expression I'm looking for right now. Yes, that's it. Fantastic. Hold that pose. I'll take a few shots. What was that about? I wasn't just imagining her glaring at us for that split second, was I? Still, I can't come up with a good explanation, so I cock my head sideways and think about it. Okay, that's all for today's shoot. I wasn't expecting it to be over so quickly. You're a real pro, Nagisa.
ありがとうございます。お疲れ様、渚。次はインタビューだけど、休憩してからにする？あまり時間はかけたくないわ。このままやりましょう。わかったわ。インタビュアーさん、お願いします。
An interview right after a shoot. Just how much stamina and focus does a top idol have? Well then, today we are joined with Nagisa Yukishiro, a quickly rising star in the idol world. Miss Yukishiro, you're known for being cool and mysterious, and your fans have taken to calling you Snowflower.
そうみたいですね。正直、私も困惑しています。
Would you say it's a name you're not very pleased with?
嬉しくないというよりは、身に余る呼び方でくすぐったいと感じてしまうんです。
Yukishiro's interview started off well and it continues apace. What kind of training do you usually do? I imagine it must be a special routine.
特別なことなんてしていません。柔軟や体力づくりのジョギング、発声練習といった基本的なことをしているくらいです。
That does sound surprisingly normal.
特別な訓練なんて近道はありえませんから、コツコツと基礎を積んでいくことが大事なんです。その時に必要なことを練習していれば、本番でも自然とできるようになります。
You can't neglect the basics, especially as a top idol. Just as with a photo shoot, Yukishiro responds to the requests at hand with deft skill. How much experience does someone need to be so effortlessly perfect? Them tongue twisters, they're getting to us.
私もゆきしろさんみたいにインタビューを受けるんだよね。いろいろ考えてきたけど、あんな風にスラスラできるか不安になってきちゃった。
The magazine page, it'll be in print, so it doesn't matter if you stumble over words or mess up, you know?
そっか。緊張しすぎて何も喋れませんでしたっていうのが一番怖いもんね。かっこよく答えようなんて考えないで。質問をど忘れしないようにするよ。
As Ai gets back her motivation, Yukishiro's interview continues at a brisk pace. And that's all the questions I have. We're all expecting great things from you. With that, Yukishiro ends the interview, having answered each question without hesitation.
お疲れ様。はい、お水。ありがとう。お疲れ様です、ゆきしろさん。さっきの撮影、かっこよかったです。そう。ありがとう。私も、ゆきしろさんみたいにできるように頑張ります。そうやって私に挨拶するのもいいけど、次はあなたの番でしょ。あ、はい。
Cutting eye off cold, Yukishiro and her manager leave the studio.
私、ゆきしろさんに避けられているのかな。
No need to fret, she's like that with everyone. The director, seeing I dejected, tries to cheer her up. Well then, since Nagisa finished early, I think we can get started. Are you ready?
私は大丈夫です。始めてください。
And with that, Ai's heartfelt reply as a starting point, the shoot begins. I want to see a different smile of yours. Can you change it up a little?
別の笑顔。わかりました。
Oh yeah, nice. Great expression. After watching Yukishiro work, Ai is already working hard to show her best. Looks like watching a top idol work was a good stimulation for you. Just as I was congratulating myself for pressing for the chance to watch Yukishiro, a figure of a person came into my field of view. Who is you? Oh, it's them. Is that Yukishiro and Nakaja? I thought they left, but are they watching I work? Huh? Just as soon as they noticed me looking at them, the two turn around and leave the building. What should we do, guys? There's a choice. This was very unexpected. If I go after them, I mean, what's the point, right? We're gonna say, hey, what are you watching? Or some shit like that. Maybe they're just like trying to observe, so no. I should stop. If I keep after them, I'll just be a nuisance. And I can't just leave Ai working all by herself. Yeah, I'm the manager. Yes, this shot should be fine. Next, give me a little bit of a different expression.
別の表情ですか？
Yeah, we already took a lot of cute shots, so show me a little more mature of an expression.
わかりました。やってみます。
Haha, you don't have to feel pressure to copy Nagisa after watching her shoot, you know?
すみません。
Yeah, better be original.
どうでしょうか？
It's better than before, but let's try changing the composition. Excuse me, bring me a chair, please. Saying that, the photographer gives Ai instructions for the composition of the shot. Next is the posing. Bend your elbow a little more. Yeah, that's good. Cross your arms over your knees like this.
ちょっと待ってください。
That's a lot better. Next, open up your hands. Alright, I'll take the shot. Looks like we're done with the photo shoot. Yeah, it's already getting late.
インタビュー、ちょっと失敗しちゃった。
That's not true. You answered the questions just fine. Honestly, I thought you'd stumble on your words more.
ゆきしろさんのインタビューを見ていなかったら、ノブくんの言う通り、もっと噛んでたかも。トップアイドルってすごいね。あんなに緊張することを何でもないようにこなしちゃうんだもん。
With experience, you can become just like her, Ai. If you look back to your first job, you're already getting better at photo shoots, right?
それは。
You're improving a lot too, you know. Just like Miss Yukishiro said in her interview, you just have to slowly build on the basics.
近道なんてないもんね。よーし。次はもっと焦らずに成功させるから。
Switch scenes. A few days after the double booking incident with Yukishiro, this morning, Ai and I are heading not to our usual office at other productions, but over to Uesegi Productions.
合同レッスンっていろん
I
な
read
プロ
that
ダク
wrong,
ション
didn't
の
I?
人たちが集まるんだよね。どんな人が来るんだろう。今からレッスンが楽しみだよ。
Oh, that's right. This will be your first time practicing with other idols, huh? Under normal circumstances, she would be practicing her craft with other idols in our agency. But right now, she's the only one we have. Sorry, we should really recruit more idols to Oda.
ノブ君が謝ることじゃないよ。私は3人だけの事務所の空気も好きだよ。
I'm happy to hear you say that, but we can't keep depending on other agencies like this. We do have Miwako working now, but sooner or later, I'd like to have some new idols join us. Anyway, let's talk about this when Miwako's around. This joint practice session is a good opportunity, so be sure to do your best.
そうだね。ノブ君も今日のプロデューサー研修楽しみだったんだよね。
Damn, there's a manager training. Yeah, this will be a great opportunity for me to learn too. Miwako has taught me a lot about being a manager, but it's not really her job. Right now, the fact of the matter is, I don't have an expertise to make I a star idol. This will be a perfect opportunity to learn more about how to do that. That's why I have to work harder than I.
でも、美和子さんから合同レッスンの話を聞いたときは驚いちゃった。
I didn't think that Miwako knew Miss Nakacha.
学生時代の後輩って言ってたけど、世間って意外と狭いんだね。
According to Miwako, she helped her out a lot when they were in school together, but who knows if that's true. I've only met Nakaja once, but I can't imagine Miwako looking after her. I've often heard those in the industry are usually acquainted, but this is the first time experiencing it myself. It was thanks to Miwako that we were able to join this practice. Connections really are pretty important, aren't they? Other productions was totally ignored until Miwako had contacted Nakaja.
けど、昔は ODA も有名だったんだよね。
It's ODA,
もっ
it
と
seems.
上杉みたいにつながりを持ったプロダクションってないのかな。
I heard Imagawa had hunted the staff who had any connections. You know, Imagawa is putting pressure on other companies, so it's unlikely that there are many other places that would want to work with us.
そう考えると、上杉プロダクションって今川からの圧力も無視できるくらいに大きいってことだよね。
They aren't bluffing when they claim they are the industry's leader. They've got all the newest equipment and facilities and do a fantastic job supporting new faces. Uesugi has been pumping out famous idols since way back, and they're continuing to do so. More than anything, they're famous for their reliable management. ODA Productions had once competed with Uesugi Productions, but now they totally beat us at business management. Anyway, thanks to Uesugi's reputation, we get to bask in their good fortune too. We've both got to do our best to thank Miwako for using her connections to get us here. And we have to make sure to secure a good relationship with Usagi just in case something like this happens again.
そういえば、上杉プロダクションに着いたら中条さんが案内してくれるんだっけ。
That's what Miwako said.
その時にレッスンに参加するための声かけをしてくれたお礼とお願いをしなきゃ。
I get thanking her, but what do you want to ask her for?
だって研修でノブくんがお世話になるんでしょ。だったらちゃんとお願いをしておかないと。
Holding back the urge to ask, what? Are you my mom now? I consider the bigger problem at hand. I don't think Miss Nakaja will be participating.
そうなの？
She's the manager of a top idol. I think she might be too busy for something like this.
そうかな。真面目そうな性格だったし、なんとなく忙しくても参加してそうな気がするんだよね。
I'd be happy if she did. There are a lot of things I want to ask her about. Damn, the dog is getting possessed again with demons. Have to switch again, boys. If that were the case, I suppose Miss Yukishiro would be participating in the practice as well.
そうだったら嬉しいな。私もゆきしろさんとレッスンしたいし、
And
できればゆきしろさんと仲良くなれたらいいなって。
so that's what you were thinking about?
いつかちゃんと
Um, okay. I think I lost my mic there for a moment. It was not moving a while ago, I swear. It'd be quite a challenge to become friends with a girl as stoic as Yukishiro, yet it's strange that I think if anyone could, it'd be I. Yeah, they're totally opposites. I guess that could work. If you want to be friends with her, you want to be friends with her, right? It's up to her if she thinks it's a waste of her time. No use deciding anything until you've tried. I'll be cheering you on, so do your best. Talking about this and that, we arrive at Usagi Productions before we know it.
来ましたね。時間通りで結構です。ようこそ上杉プロダクションへ。木下さん、天音さん。
Miss Nakajima. Okay, I guess we're in. Good morning. Thank you very much for inviting us to join this joint practice session.
おはようございます。先日のお仕事ではお世話になりました。お気になさらず、美和子先輩から話は聞いていますので。
Her eyes meet for a split second, but she continues talking soon after as if nothing happened. Maybe because of that, or because she's Yukishira's manager, but I can't help but think that they are quite similar.
ですが、美和子先輩にはこんな無茶はこれっきりにしてほしいと伝えておいてください。
Miwako didn't go into details, but did she ask a lot from you?
ええ、最初は私も紹介を頼まれるくらいだろうと思っていました。ですが、美和子先輩は上杉のアイドル部門を総括している常務に合わせてほしいと言ってきたのです。
That's quite a big favor to ask. Honestly, just hearing that was almost enough to make my face convulse.
まあ、常務が ODA に借りがあることは知っていたみたいなので、初めから勝算があったのでしょう。だからといって付き合わされた私はたまったものではありません。
We're really sorry for all the trouble. We'll be sure to tell Miwako.
お願いします。あ、それともう一つ。あなたたちは強引な形で今回のレッスンに参加を許可されました。ありえないとは思いますが、連絡もなく欠席するといった不誠実なことがないようにお願いします。くれぐれも美和子先輩と上杉の名前に泥を塗るような真似はしないでくださいね。
Of course, we wouldn't dream of it.
私も頑張ってレッスンしますのでよろしくお願いします。
After glaring a hole straight through us, Nagajo finally loosens up her stare a little.
分かっているのなら結構です。それでは行きましょうか。ところで、先ほどは聞けなかったのですが、美和子先輩はお元気ですか？
Miwako? Yes, she's doing fine. She wanted to leave work to come say hi, but I stopped her. Should we have brought her along?
いえ、もし来ていたら大変面倒なことになったので、よく止めてくれました。しかし、本当にあの人はいつまで経っても昔のまま変わらないのですね。中条さんと美和子さんってどれくらいの付き合いなんですか？少なくとも大学より古い付き合いですよ。昔からあの人にはいろいろお世話になってます。
As Nagajo looks off in the distance, reminiscing, I catch a glimpse of might be a called friendliness in her expression. I guess you two must be good friends.
ただの腐れ縁です。さや、
Yukishiro comes walking down the opposite corridor.
あら、もしかしてこれからレッスン室に？ええ、さやの方は、ああ、朝に言ってた案内ね。そうよ。けどちょうどいいわ。レッスン室に向かうのなら、天音さんの案内をお願いできる？天音さんの？わかったわ。よろしくお願いします。よろしく。こっちよ。はい。それじゃ私行ってくるから、ノブくんも頑張ってね。
Yeah, see you in a bit. Chasing after Yukishiro with hurried footsteps, I disappears down the corridor.
さあ、私たちも行きましょう。
As Nakajo opens the door, we are welcomed by a lively hustle and bustle. I can feel the excitement emanating from the staff, busy working this or that. The space is huge. It's got to be at least twice as big as our office, and there are so many people.
どうかしましたか？立ち止まっていないで、こちらに来てください。
Caught gawking at the spectacle before me, Nakajo's voice draws me to my senses. Wait, what? I hurry and follow after her. Nakajo brings me deeper and deeper into the office. With every step, I can feel Uesagi's staff looking at me and can't help but feel a little antsy. He brings me to a free space setup in the back of the office.
そこにソファーがありますので、座って少し待っていてください。
With that, Nakajo returns to her own seat in the office. Wait, for how long? I don't really have anything to do, but I do as she says and wait on the couch. Oh, it's so soft. Sitting down, I almost get lost in how soft the couch is. I think we're safe. Let's switch back again. Okay. We're back. We're back with a good mic. Sitting down, I almost get lost in how soft the couch is.
お待たせしました。何をやっているのですか？
I was just a little startled by how comfy this couch is.
まあいいです。これが今日の研修で使う
God
資料
damn,
に
she
なりま
thinks
す。
I'm a weirdo now. I take the papers Nakajo presents to me. Wow, this is a lot. Is this for all the days?
何を言っているのですか？これは今日一日分の資料ですよ。
My face spasms at her words. It seems I was still not prepared for this. Huh? Are those papers for another person?
こちらは私の分です。今日の研修の講師は私が担当しますので。
Huh? You're going to be the lecturer?
正確に言えば講師の一人です。さあ、研修室に行きますからついてきてください。
Oh, of course. Though I'm still perplexed, Nakajo urges me on, leaving me no choice but to follow after her. My prediction was half right and half wrong, it seems. I had already guessed from the documents I was handed, but it looks like this training is going to be a high-speed Spartan affair. At the same time, I realize again that this training is going to be very helpful for me. Oh man, focusing on work for hours on end really wears you out. I stretch out my entire body to loosen up the cramps from focusing so hard for too long. Yo, nice work. You look worn out. A male manager I met during training comes over to chat. Thanks. There's a lot to remember, but I'm sure it will be all useful information to have. That's admirable of you. My mind is already turning to goop. I'm going to go out for a smoke. Wanna come? Sorry, I don't smoke. Got it. Well, see you later. Yeah, see you in the afternoon. Watching as he goes off to the smoking room, I wonder what I should do. It's more tiring just sitting here doing nothing, so I may as well go out for a breath of fresh air. I head to a nearby park only to find someone unexpected. Huh? Miss Yukishira?
誰？木下さん。
What a coincidence. Are you getting a breath of fresh air too?
ええ。
Stepping outside for a breather really is the best way to refresh, isn't it?
そうね。
Our verbal tennis ends there, putting an awkward pause in our conversation. For a long while, we both sit there without opening our mouths in total silence. This is awkward. There's no reason to try and force a conversation, but I can't help but want to end this awkward silence. I sneak a sidelong glance at Yukishiro. She really is beautiful. Her face is perfect and her figure is nothing to snuff at either. Even if she's just sitting there expressionless, those passing by can't help but feel an attraction to her. So this is the charm of a top idol.
何か用でもあるの？
Huh?
さっきからじっと見てるから。
Struck by fascination, I sit there idly like I've been seduced, unable to voice an answer to her question. So you're participating in the joint practice session?
うちのプロダクションが主催だもの。参加しているわ。
She at least responds to the question I came up with in desperation.
むしろ私はあなたたちが参加していることに驚いたけど。
That's a harsh way of putting it, but I guess it's fair given the current state of ODA productions. But we'll keep on doing our best so that one day we can make a good comeback.
そう。私も ODA が昔のようなプロダクションに戻るのを楽しみにしているわ。
We'll be sure not to let you down. Oh, right. What do you think of Ai? Is she doing well in practice?
あまねさん？そうね。
She seems to consider something for a brief second but immediately responds.
私が見てた限りではうまくやっていると思うわ。
That's good. I'm relieved to hear that. And once again, our conversation comes to an abrupt end. Would you like something to drink? You're taking care of Ai for us, so I feel like I should thank you.
お世話をしたつもりなんてないのだけど。
Well, let's just forget about that for a second. What would you like?
何でもいい。あなたに任せる。
Got it. Wait here for a second. Approaching the vending machine, I check the drink selection. I should probably pick my drink first. Coffee, cola. So, in real life, both these drinks would upset my stomach. But I think a cola does it less for me. So, go with cola. My eyes are drawn to the soda can with a hero from outer space drawn into it. Oh, it's pretty rare to see a hyper cola these days. I used to drink it all the time, but can't find it around lately. I'll get this for myself, and for Yukishiro, I'll go with the safe choice of tea. Sorry to keep you waiting. I got you tea. I hope that's okay.
大丈夫よ。ありがとう。
Handing the tea to Yukishiro, I take out the hyper cola I bought. Cheap flavor, distinctive for its extra carbonation and extra sugar, was somehow nostalgic.
それ好きなの？
This? I loved it when I was a kid and I used to drink it all the time. Seeing it for the first time in a while made me want to drink it again. Pretty childish of me, huh?
そんなことないわ。私もそのジュースは好きよ。
Huh? Really? Would have thought that Nagisa Yukishiro of all people would like hyper cola. Want a sip? As I present the can to her, Yukishiro's eyes go narrow.
関節キス。
Huh? No, that's not what I was trying to imply.
わかってるわ。そんな風に焦ると逆に疑わ
I'm
れ
sure
る
my
わよ。
Discord was on. Hear the beeps. Though she seemed uninterested at first, I'm glad at her slight change in attitude. That was close. While I'm glad she seems to have not taken it the wrong way, I've got to be more careful to avoid future misunderstandings. But we do have some connection now. Remembering the day we first met, on the day of Ai's first live performance, I'm struck by how often we've met since then. Get warped.
もしかして雪城渚さんですか？
I can't help but ask after seeing the girl who suddenly appeared. The girl who looked like she was about to say something, swallows her words and answers Ai's question affirmatively. Nagisa Yukishiro? The Nagisa Yukishiro? After blinking her eyes in disbelief, Ai turns towards Yukishiro's coercive glance and falters under its force. Oh, I mean, it's not that I doubt you. I was just surprised. Yukishiro, the insurmountably famous top idol. Beautiful even by idol standards, with a calm and cool composure, highly acclaimed singing abilities, and a robust knowledge of the world.
そう。
Mothering her response in a totally flat tone, Yukishiro turns her glance towards Ai.
あなたがステージで歌っていたアイドル？ ええ、見ていたわ。私、今日が初めてのライブだったんですけど、どうでしたか？全然ダメね。ダンスはまだ見れたけど、歌は練習不足よ。これからもアイドルをしていくなら、もっとレッスンを頑張りなさい。はい、わかりました。
Crestfallen Eye, whose spirits had been cut down to size even more than she let on, slumps her shoulders. By the way, Miss Yukishiro, why are you here?
このイベントには、私も新人の時にお世話になったから、立ち寄っただけ。
You performed in this event?
意外かしら。私だって最初から売れていたわけじゃないわ。新人として下積みの時代だってあったの。
There was a certainly sense in what she said, but along with our impression of her as an insurmountable idol, we're bound to have some cognitive bias. I understand why you came to the event, but why are you here backstage? It's like you were waiting to ambush us. As I continue questioning her, I can't help but feel Yukishiro's stare becoming more and more severe.
イベントの主催者へ挨拶するついでに友人に会いに来たの。そうしたらたまたまここにあなたたちがいた。それだけで別に対があったわけじゃないわ。ゆきしろさんのお知り合いの方もこのイベントに参加されているんですか？ええ、私も知らなかったからプログラムを見て驚いたわ。それなら私たちもしかして邪魔に。別に気にしなくてもいいわ。私はもう帰るから。お知り合いの方に会っていかないんですか？
Yukishiro faintly nods her head in response to Ai's question.
もうすぐ仕事の時間なの。会おうと思ったのもただの思いつきだし、会えないなら会えないで別に構わないわ。
So I guess that one was a flashback. Something. Back then, I didn't think I'd ever meet Yukishiro again. Life really is strange. As I was reminiscing, I noticed someone step out of the building and head towards the park.
やっぱりここにいたのですね。さや？どうしたの？ええ、仕事について少し連絡が。って木下さん？
Noticing me there, Nakajo inserts herself between Yukishiro and I and turns her glare towards me.
どうしてここに？いえ、それよりも渚と二人で一体何をしていたのですか？
I haven't done anything suspicious. We just ran into each other while on our break.
当たり前です。もし何かしていたのなら潰してます。
Feeling a chill go down my spine, I didn't have the nerve to ask just what she would crush.
さや、
Gonna crash
仕事の
these.
話があるんじゃなかった？ええ、そうでした。詳しいことは事務所で話します。わかったわ。
And they're gone. Guess I should be surprised that a top idol is so busy. Anyhow, I got to work hard to make I as famous as her. Watching the two hurry back to the office, I sit quietly regaining my resolve. I'll rest for just a bit more and head back. I gotta work hard this afternoon. Yes, this one's the main office. A few days after the first joint practice session, I received a reminder message from... What is this? How do you read this properly? Uesugi Productions about the next one. Oh, you came at just the right time. Close. I just got a message about the next joint practice session. Anyway, the date isn't going to change, but... Huh? Reading back over the message, I tilt my head forward. It looks like the meeting time has been changed. It's a little earlier than before. It says there's a matter that needs to be discussed, but what could it be about? Rather than waste my time trying to think about it, we decide to wait until the appointed day. And finally, the second day of the joint practice session has come. This time, rather than in the training room, the managers and idols gathered together in the same practice room. Amidst the hubbub of the practice room, Nakajo emerged as the person in charge of the meeting.
おはようございます。 本日も合同レッスンにお集まりいただき、誠にありがとうございます。前回と引き続き、アイドルはレッスンを、プロデューサーは研修をしますが、その前にメールでもお送りした連絡事項についてご説明させていただきます。
With everyone in the room's attention focusing on her, Nakajo slowly begins to speak.
皆さんに集まっていただいたのは他でもありません。先日、上杉プロダクションに内々で通知が届きました。それはアイドルの祭典ディーバフェスの開催が例年に引き続き今年も決定したというものです。
The room, which had grown completely silent at Nakajo's words, suddenly burst out into a clamor louder than before. What's with that festival thingy?
ノブくん、ディーバフェスって何かのお祭りなのかな。
Oh, right. You've probably never heard of it. Diva Fest is, to put it bluntly, like a national competition for idols.
アイドルの大会？
Yeah. Every year, a huge number of idols come together to participate. It gets pretty exciting. The winner gets prize money, a regular spot on TV, a chance to act for an outdoor advertising screen ad, and a song offer from a famous composer. Those are all great and well, but the best part is you get bestowed the title of diva.
それなら私でも聞いたことあるよ。確かトップアイドルに贈られるものだよね。
That's right. Only the idol holding that title can really call herself a true top idol.
そっか。私が思っていた以上に大きな大会なんだね。
I don't know whether the scale of the thing is just too huge for her to imagine, but I seems to go into a daze as she listens to me. But if Nakajo's bring up Diva Fest now, could it mean that they're already recruiting idols to perform? Even if so, it's too bad. There's no way I could participate. There are definitely conditions befitting its scale that must be met before someone can participate in Diva Fest. Looking around me, I notice some other idols and managers who have already lost interest in the conversation. They're probably like us and haven't met those conditions either.
今年のディーバフェスは昨年よりも多くのスポンサーがつきました。それもあり、今年は参加者の条件が変更されるそうです。
A change to the conditions? How exactly were the participation rules changed?
前年まで参加には CD の売り上げやフォロワー数といった条件をクリアする必要がありましたが、今年はそれらの条件が全て不問になりました。
I take Nagajo's words completely at face value and ask. So that would mean essentially anyone could participate unconditionally, right?
はい、そう受け取っていただいて問題ありません。今年は年齢、国籍、駆け出しのアイドルや事務所に所属していない希望することで全員がディーバフェスに参加できます。
A clamor even greater than when she announced the commencement of Diva Fest fills the room.
以上のことを踏まえた上で、私たちは業務提携しているプロダクションからも参加者を募集します。参加されるアイドルはたとえプロダクションが違う場合でも全力のサポートを約束しましょう。
That is quite the generous offer, to put it lightly.
何でしょう。
Any one of us would be glad to have your support, but what's in it for Usagi?
業務提携されているあなたたちは上杉の関係者と言えます。そこから大勢のアイドルが結果を残すことができれば上杉の育成能力の裏付けになるでしょう。そうなれば今後も質の高いアイドルの卵たちが上杉に集まるようになります。もちろん他にも色々と思惑はありますが、それを聞いたところで現場に関係などないでしょう。
I guess that's right. Knowing there's more to it makes it a little easier to accept your support without worry. After hearing what Nakajo said, the manager nods his head and returns to his seat.
他に何か聞いておきたいことはありますか？
What the hell is an idol? Idol, eh? What kind of competition will it be? Is it going to be the same as last year?
今年は去年とは違い、まず各地方で予選を行い、アイドルたちがふるいにかけられます。そこで残ったアイドルが全国大会本戦に出場する。
So that's how it's going to work. Thank you. Oh, I have a question too. After that, questions come one after the next, each answered as quickly as they are asked. Once the questions finally come to a stop, Nakajo speaks again.
さて、質問はもうないようですので、改めて参加者を募集させていただきます。ディーバフェスに参加したいと思う方はいますか？
At that question, the idols begin discussing amongst themselves. The chatter is filled with equal parts of curiosity and nervousness, and it's obvious that many are unsure what to do.
やるわ。
While the rest play wait and see, an idol with an aura brighter than the rest announces her candidacy.
他の方たちは
No idols respond to Yukishiro's call. The idols, who had already been practicing together up till then, must have felt the gulf between their ability and Yukishiro's. Who can blame the idols for hesitating given the situation?
いきなりの話でしたので、まだ戸惑っている方が多いようですね。
You'll just be like carried or something like that. If that's like in IRL. There's some IRL stuff right there. Anyways, my sieves are noisy. This was quite an announcement.
参加者の募集は今日だけではありませんので、また後日に。待って、さや。
Whoa, what happened? Interrupting Yukishiro, Yukishiro turns towards the other idols in the room. Once everyone had given her their utmost attention, Yukishiro begins to speak.
あなたたちは参加しないの？聞いてたわよね。誰でも参加できるのよ。せっかくのチャンスなんだから、挑戦してみてもいいんじゃないかしら。
That's true, but if you're participating, is there really any point in any of us trying?
意味がないなんて誰が決めたの？その決めつけはあなたたちから機会を奪い、才能を殺すことになる。他人なんて関係ない。逃げたり諦めたりするのなんて誰にだってできることよ。
Yukishiro's tone is indifferent, but to us, it comes through like an explosive blast.
アイドルにとって怖いのは一番になれないことじゃない。挑戦を忘れること。あなたたちはどうするの？アイドルとしてどうしたいの？
Stopping at that proclamation, she shoots a questioning glare across the room.
ノブ君。
Sitting there beside me, I firmly grasps my hand. Understanding what she wants to say, I reply with a nod, and we both resolve to move forward.
今回のディーバフェスには新人でも参加できるんですよね。ええ、先ほども言いましたが、新人だろうとベテランであろうと関係はありません。でしたら私も参加。挑戦したいです。
I raises her voice as if giving an oath.
私、大きなステージでライブをしたいって。私の歌で誰かを幸せにしたいんです。その夢見たステージに近づけるチャンスを逃したくはありません。それに、尊敬しているユキシロさんにここまで言われて、黙ってなんかいられません。尊敬？私を？
Why do you act so surprised? Nearly every girl here feels the same as her. We all respect you. After hearing such an explosive statement from you, there's no way a rookie like I could sit there silent. I'm not very confident in my abilities, but I think I would like to participate. Thanks to Yukishiro's fierce proclamation and Ai's resolution, idols start declaring their desire to participate one after the other.
みんなやる気になったよね。はい、やるからにはディーバフェスで優勝するつもりでやります。そう、私も負けるつもりはないから、挑むのなら覚悟しなさい。あなたたちがどこまでやれるのか期待しているわ。はい、期待しててください。この分ならどうやら私が予想していたよりも、さあ後ほどプロデューサーを通して誓約書をお配りしますので、ご記入の上提出してください。それとディーバフェスに関して告知はまだされていませんので、情報の取り扱いには十分注意してください。連絡事項は以上となります。研修は10分後になりますので、遅れずに来てください。
Okay, we'll be joining the Diva Fest. Would have thought I would be able to participate in such a huge competition. After today's lesson, we've got to have a meeting once we got back to the office. We have to think about how I can come out on top at Diva Fest. First, a joint practice session, now the Diva Fest, huh? I guess we'll have our hands full for a while. Hey, let's stop for today. It's getting late. Alright, we haven't saved even once in this game, right? So there's not a lot of save here. Save, baby. Focusing for that long will do that to you. Look, you're covered in sweat. It was good. Not just your walking, but your stance too. I think you've learned how to show off your charm. You've gotten better at showing yourself off while considering the audience's gaze as you move. The results are showing through steady but surely. Your posing's getting better too. Well done. Since deciding to participate in Diva Fest, Aya's been busy with work and joint practice sessions. Any free time she has, she spends training like this. Perhaps because of that, her movements have become much more graceful and refined in a short time. No way, you've got work tomorrow, another joint training session the day after that. Let's stop for today. Of course, practicing is important, but what are you going to do if you tire yourself out and get sick? The first preliminary competition is coming up, so I understand wanting to push yourself, but that's also why you have to know your limit. It's probably the memory of catching a cold right during her first performance, but I listens to my advice much more readily than I expect. What are you talking about? I should have known, but of course, Miwako was the one to tell her. I should have made her promise to keep quiet as soon as she noticed. Sorry, I'll be careful from now on. Hold on. No way, that would be bad. I'll just get something at the convenience store, so don't worry about me. Hey, don't badmouth convenience stores. You know, they've got a pretty good selection these days. How did it come to this? Before I know it, we've changed places. Now she's the one scolding me. Hey now, an idol going to her manager's house is no joke. Her unflinching resolve reminds me of half a year ago. Fine, I'll go over for dinner. I said I would go, didn't I? I won't lie. After work, I took the greatest precautions and head to I's place as stealthily as I could, where she treated me to a home-cooked dinner. Wow, it really was great. I think I've ate too much. I suddenly remembered that up until just recently, I had been eating delicious food like this just about every day. speed my chopsticks were moving even surprised me. I guess I should really consider my eating habits more.
それがいいと思う。バランスのいい食事をするだけでも体調は崩しにくくなるからね。
I've learned that lesson well. Oh, I'll wash the dishes.
ノブ君を家に呼んだのは私なんだよ。お客さんは座っていてください。
No, you sit down. I wash the dishes. As soon as the words leave her lips, I clears off everything on the table and heads to the sink. I begins humming cheerfully as she washes the dishes. I glance at her before booting up the laptop I brought from work. I can't believe there are really tens of thousands of applicants who made the recruitment deadline. Since the participation rules become effectively unconditional, there will be far more participants than last year. Among them are rookies and underground idols, but for they all have to be treated as serious competition. The final selection will be down to about 200 participants nationwide who make it through the preliminaries. Looks like there are 4 preliminary rounds. No need to get ahead of ourselves. We need to focus on making it through the first round. Seems like I need to gather more information about the participating region's idols and their preliminaries themselves. With that in mind, I start typing away. Not quite. I'm putting together info about idols participating in Diva Fest. I've got info on the idols participating in the same region as you. Want to take a look? Of course, it's important to know your competition. Handing Ai the laptop, she scrolls slowly down the screen. Ai joyfully looks through the profiles. Ai, who had been scrolling away, suddenly comes to a stop. Taking a peek at the screen, I see she has stopped on Yukishiro's page. I suppose it's only natural for you to be concerned. She is without a doubt one of the most popular idols right now, and she is the top contender for the final selection after all. Speaking on your difference in skill and experience alone, I would say you have almost no chance of beating her before the final selection. But that's only if it's a one-on-one situation. For this year's Diva Fest, a number of idols from each region will go on to the final selection. It's not simply winning or losing, you gotta think about staying in the race. Why do you have such a surprised look on your face? For your region, there will probably be a lot of idols aiming for second place. Ai nods, but I can tell that she wants to say something. You want to face Yukishiro with everything you've got, don't you? It seemed like you were thinking pretty hard about it. For the time being, I'm just concerned with us making it to the final selection. But don't worry, keep doing whatever you need to keep up your motivation for this competition. She covers her eyes as she apologizes, but I still have one question. So, why Yukishiro? Since we first met her, I can't help but feel Ai has deliberately tried to keep in contact with Yukishiro and has constantly kept her in mind. Well, she's a top idol. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't concerned. But I'm sure that's not what Ai is trying to say. Honestly, I don't know, but I do feel like she's tugging at some corner of my brain. I think it's great to have a clear goal in mind, and as long as you're around her a lot, it's easy to imagine that goal. Like I said before, if thinking about a showdown with Yukishio keeps you motivated, there's no problem with it.
ありがとう。今回の大会は胸を借りるつもりでドーンとぶつかってくるね。
Seeing Ai's determination come to life, I feel like I would go to the ends of the earth to support her. Let's go. And take notes during training, all while making sure I haven't missed anything. It's been a fast couple of weeks, but today is yet another joint training session. On the first day, I was so nervous and my lack of studying wore me out after a few sessions, though I've gotten used to it. It's finally time. Lunchtime. Rip the reading skills. I gingerly stretch, loosening up the cramps throughout my body. I pat my hand on my stomach and think, what should I eat today? I leave Uesugi Productions and have a look around. But just as with Oda, the surrounding area has nothing but expensive restaurants. No matter how many times I look at the prices, they're just too high for a brief lunch. It's not that I couldn't eat at these places, but the damage to my wallet would be pretty severe if I went every day. I was lecturing me about my health, so I guess I'll get a salad from the convenience store? Huh? As I start to return, I realize I'm on a different street than usual. Damn, looks like I went one street over. When I go to turn back, I'm drawn to a certain signboard that comes into my field of vision. Huh, who would have guessed there was a ramen shop around here? Probably because of its location down this back alley. I never noticed it before. Well, I've been eating cup noodles lately, but I haven't eaten an actual ramen place in a while. My stomach moans pitifully at the scent of the broth wafting from the restaurant. A bit of ramen now and then couldn't hurt, right? Sorry, starting tomorrow, I'll diligently think about eating balanced meals. Ramen time. Looks like it's pretty crowded, huh? After ordering, I go to stand in line, but I'm taken aback by who I see standing in front of me. Yukishiro? He's wearing a disguise, so it's kind of hard to tell, but that is without a doubt Yukishiro. Excuse me.
何かしら。
Turning towards me, I can almost see the words, I've been had, play across her face. Really is you, isn't it? What are you doing here?
どうしてって、食事をしに来たの。
You came to eat ramen?
悪い？
Well, it's just that I can't help but have difficulty imagining Nagisa Yukishiro eating ramen. But to be honest, I couldn't tell her that. As I speak to Yukishiro, one of the employees calls out to her. Is that person an acquaintance of yours? If so, would you mind sitting together? The employee's suggestion, Yukishiro and I take a look at each other. It's like we have no choice, lads. And with that, we end up sitting together for lunch. Alright, I'll take your meal ticket. You're both having which tonkatsu ramen, right? You can pick between salt and soy sauce flavors. Which will it be? I'll have soy sauce.
私も醤油でお願いします。
What's available?
ニンニク少なめ、野菜油辛め。
Huh? Did you just chant some kind of word spell? Light on the garlic, veggies, extra light, spicy. Got it. You got all that? And what about you, mister? I'll have the same. The same? Got it. I'll be out in a few. Watching as the employee heads back after taking our order, I turn my gaze over to Yukishiro. Do you come here a lot?
そこまでじゃない。ただ、時間があれば食べに来るだけ。
Wouldn't that usually be called a regular? So I guess you must like ramen?
別に普通ね。
Whatever, huh?
ええ。
She's as expressionless as always, which I'm used to by now. But judging by how much she's acting like a regular, she must really like it, right?
何？言いたいことがあるの？
This is my first time here, so I was wondering if it's any good.
美味しいわよ。太くてコシのある麺もいいけど、お すすめはスープね。厳選された豚骨を贅沢に使って旨味を抽出することで濃厚な味に仕上がっているの。飲めば凝縮された豚骨の旨味が口の中に広がって芳醇な風味を教えてくれるわ。
Is that right? She gives an answer so much more detailed than I expect, leaving me without any kind of comeback.
初めてって言ってたけど、あなたはここがどういうラーメン屋か知らないで来たの？
Huh? Yeah, I just found it by accident and I thought I would give it a shot.
そう。ここは地獄の一丁目。そんな心構えだと死ぬから。
Death by ramen?
食べ終わった時、あなたのお腹が無事であることを祈って
Shit,
るわ。
it's the spicy shit, right? I consider that it might be poisonous. Wait, is this really the Yukishi right now?
どうしたの？
It's just that you're so much different than usual, so I was just surprised. Turning towards her, I see her face seething, as if it has gone completely red.
違う。これは全部聞いた話だから。
Don't worry, I'm not going to go around spreading any rumors or anything. It's a bit of a surprise, but there's nothing wrong with liking ramen.
そう。
If only for the chance to see this side of Yukishiro, I'm glad that I decided ramen for lunch today. I might have already gone too far, but do you mind if I ask you something?
何かしら？
It's just pure curiosity, but why do you like ramen? Oh, if you don't want to answer, it's totally fine.
昔の友達が好きだったから一緒に食べているうちに好きになったの。
Wow, I guess we're similar in that respect. I always used to go eat ramen with a childhood friend too.
その子とは今も会ってるの？
No, they moved away and I haven't seen them since. So I'm not even sure if they still remember me or not.
幼馴染なんでしょ？きっと覚えてる。
It's obviously them. Boys. It'll be great if that were the case. Wow, this looks What is this? Ramen? Tower of bean sprouts? This is a lot, even for a guy like me. How is Yukishiro going to handle this? Concerned there with the question, I look over her to only find she's flipped the noodles on top of the veggies. I see, if you do it that way, you can start from the noodles and let the veggies soak up the flavor of the broth.
ぼーっとしていると伸びるから早く食べたら。
Okay, here we go.
いただきます。
It would be nice if I could copy her, but nope, it's too much for me. I'll just eat it normally. First, I take a bite from the mountain of bean sprouts before me. Oh, they're so crunchy. I must be using fresh produce. These have the delicious taste of freshly picked garden veggies. But no matter how much I eat, the mountain of bean sprouts never seems to diminish. I'm going to be full before I even reach the noodles. Paying no heed to my struggle with Veggie Mountain, Yukishiro slurps bite after bite of her ramen. Her face is expressionless, but the energy surrounding her is vivid. Seeing her enjoy the meal that much gives me the resolve to reclaim the noodles from the veggies and try eating everything together with the broth. Oh wow, this is good. It's thicker than the regular soup broth, almost nearing something like a stew. The thick, juicy braised pork is thick too, requiring some chewing to get through. Contrary to her small frame, Yukishiro slurps up the ramen noodles with vigor. And I can't help staring at her alluring lips, now glistening from the oil of the broth. But somehow, I feel as though I've seen Yukishiro eating ramen like this before.
食べてるところあんまり見ないでくれるかしら。見つめられていると食べにくい。
Oh, sorry. I should probably focus on eating my ramen instead of staring at her eating hers. Shaking off my idle thoughts, I take a serious go at the huge bowl of ramen before me.
ごちそうさまでした。
Oof, that was quite a lot. It's nothing but a miracle that my stomach's still functioning. But it was even better than I imagined. Now I understand why you want to come here so often.
そう、美味しかったのならよかった。
She must really be used to this if she's able to act like nothing happened after eating that
あ
much.
なたはまたここに来るの？
Of course we'll come again, man. I think I'd like to come again.
そう。
I feel like she's glaring at me for some reason. Would that be a problem for you?
どうしてそう思うの？
Since you're asking, I figured it meant that you didn't want me to come back. She lowers her head as if completely
そん
perplexed.
なこと考えていなかったわ。けど、積極的に広めてほしいわけでもないから。
It's a secret just between you and me now. I enjoy just having that knowledge all to myself.
そういうこと、さらりと言っちゃうのね。
Huh? Is there something wrong with that?
なんでもない。さて、いつまでもお店の中にいると邪魔になるし、そろそろ出ましょう。
Okay, I'll wait to leave you after you then. It'd probably be bad if we both left together, right? And my stomach's so full right now. Don't think I can move, so I think I'll rest a bit more.
そう。それなら私は先に行くわね。
Despite eating the same amount as me, Ishiro leaves the shop without looking at the Lispit and Kumber. I guess I can't just do desk work every day. I've got to get some exercise too. I pat my stomach, which has expanded for its utmost size, and I think while I rest for a few more minutes. The day of the first Diva Fest preliminary is drawing near, and we've come to the preliminary contest hall. Preliminary will start soon. How are you feeling?
来る前までは何でもなかったのに、会場を見たら急に。どうしよう、ノブ君。
I'd tell you not to be nervous, but that's probably impossible, so maybe you're fine as is. If you think too much about getting rid of your nervousness, you'll probably just get even more nervous.
でも、あ、そうだ。ねえ、昔みたいに頭を撫でてほしいな。
You're really taking this opportunity to ask a lot of me.
前はダメって言ったけど、こういう時ならいいよね。ノブ君、お願い。
It really will make her less nervous. I guess I have no choice. There, all good? Checking to make sure no one is around, I pat Ai's head as gently as I can. Different from when I would just mindlessly do it. Patting her head purposely feels pretty nice. Her soft hair is like silk, and I feel like I keep on touching it forever.
ありがとう、ノブ君。もう大丈夫だよ。
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I could be of help. As soon as I take my hand away from her, I begin thinking. Maybe I patted her head so much when we were little because it felt nice. Alright, we should probably get going. I say bye to Nobu in the dressing room and follow the staff instructions to concert hall, where the preliminary will be held.
やっぱり、たくさんいる。
Including myself, there are dozens of contestants. According to the participation list, there were supposed to be more people participating, so I suppose they must be using other rooms.
私の席は。
I sit according to the number I was assigned. The oppressive tension filling the room makes me uneasy. To get my mind off of it, I glance at the girl next to me. The girl sitting next to me is so visibly nervous that even I can tell. Her nervousness spreads to me like a like a contagion, and I can feel it creeping up my face.
せっかくノブ君が緊張をほぐしてくれたのに。
As if to feel the timidity creeping into my mind, I take a look around, only to find Yukishiro sitting a few seats in front of me. Yukishiro sits there normally without the faintest trace of nervousness about her. The same familiar scene is somehow comforting, and I can feel the tension leave my body. Hello everyone, we would like to go ahead and begin in the first Diva Fest preliminary round. As I feel a slight calmness coming over me, judges come pouring out into the room after the next. The first preliminary round will consist of a talk and visual segment respectively. After your name is called, give your PR introduction, pose and show us what you've got. We'll begin shortly, so come on stage when your name and number are called. Next, Nagisa Yukishiro.
Hi.
After her name is called, Yukishiro stands up without making a sound. Even just her beautiful form standing there straight as an arrow is enough to fascinate the eye. Wait, I forgot to switch my mic, didn't I? I totally forgot. Feels bad, man. Just like the interview she did when I first saw her, Yukishiro gives a short yet concise introduction. That was good, thank you. Finally, would you mind answering a question from us? Why have you decided to participate in Diva Fest, and why do you want to win? Everyone looks on anticipation at Yukishiro, wondering how she will respond to the sneak attack. She easily answers the question thrown at her without a moment's hesitation. Had anyone else said it, might sound conceited, but the proclamation had a certain weight to it, coming out of Yukishiro's mouth. Is that so? Right then, on to the next contestant. With Yukishiro's turnover, my turn draws nearer and nearer. And next, Ai Amane. Oops, I accidentally clicked that. I wonder how Ai is doing. Unlike with a regular job, I can't watch over her from nearby. Because of that, I can't help but worry. Miss Nakacho? Raising up my head, I see Nakacho with a surprised look on her face. I look that suspicious? She says that, the full weight hits me. If I were in the opposite situation, I would definitely call security. Sorry, I'll try to be more careful. Saying no more than that, Nakajo turns to leave the concert hall. You're not going to wait here for Miss Yukishiro? She really left, huh? That too must be because she totally trusts Yukishiro. I should be patient and believe in Ai too. I stop loitering around the premise and decide to wait patiently for the preliminary to end. Okay, it's already afternoon. And I've been playing for like an hour and 30 already. So I guess we'll try to do this again. On the next stream, we save that. Let's go. But yeah, thank you for watching the test stream. And too bad it was noisy, so I had to keep on switching my mic source to the one with the noise cancellation. So yeah, I think I'll be ending here. So see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe or something like that. I don't know how to do an outro. I'm sorry guys, but yeah. See you on the next one.